Hey guys, welcome back to an art adventure, or if you're here for the first time, welcome and thanks for stopping by. My name is Christopher, and for the last few months I've been exploring the Art Snack subscription service, and I decided to branch out and also explore the Paletteful Packs subscription service this month as well. This box is huge, so let's dive into it. Let's go on an art adventure. I decided to go with the time-lapse unboxing and then try out the art supplies. Just looking at the supplies included, there are 2 Amsterdam acrylic inks, Greyish blue and Phthalo blue, a Vinci universal brush, 2 Tombow dual brush pens, an Amsterdam acrylic marker in titanium white, a zebra brush pen, and the Strathmore toned blue mixed media paper pad 400 series. It's really smooth, but with the thickness of good quality watercolor paper. And finally, we have the menu with the Inktober prompts. Last minute update, hiding in my little greenish blue worms, I've just found another Tombow marker. Okay, let's dive in and test these supplies out. I decided to start with the supply I already knew, the Zensation brush pen. I received it in a previous Art Snacks box. This one is the fine tip, and you can use it to create a variety of thin and thick lines. The flexible rubbery tip allows it to bend and flex and change the line width. And if you add water, as you saw there, it doesn't move, it stays put. Then onto the Amsterdam acrylic inks, and first of all, the Greyish blue. I decided to test it in full concentration and then spread it out with some water and then put down a puddle of water and see how it spreads out when you add the ink. And then I do the same with the Phthalo blue. Full concentration first, then full concentration and then adding water, and you can get a really lovely variety of tones from doing that and then letting it spread. Onto the Amsterdam acrylic marker in titanium white, you push down the nib and then the ink begins to flow. And then the Tombow dual brush pens. The light blue one is very, very light, but it spreads out well when you add some water, and then the darker one is actually quite a vibrant, punchy blue, and with a bit of work, it can spread out well as well. And then I decided to create a piece of art following the Inktober Day 2 prompt, Tranquil. For me, one of the most tranquil places that I've come across in my life would be a Japanese garden with koi fish and a pond. So I lived in Japan for almost 8 years, and I would regularly be able to be fortunate to go to ponds and parks like this. At the beginning of this year though, I moved to the United States, and so one of the things that I've been missing about Japan is these wonderful parks that you can relax in. Even in the hustling bustle of Tokyo, you can find lots of green spaces and lots of parks to take a moment and relax, or a whole day if you want to. And so I first lay down pencil lines, and then I use the zebra brush pen to put down some ink, and then onto the actual inks, the Amsterdam acrylic inks. Firstly, trying to create a water effect for the pond, and then onto the other elements. At first I create a very light sky, but I'll go back and deepen that a lot and make that actually one of the darkest places in the whole scene. And I also use fairly concentrated ink for some of the rocks and plants. I tried to put in some waterfall or some falling water in the background. I'm not sure how successful that was, but it did give me an excuse to try out the acrylic marker in titanium white. I decided to use the Amsterdam acrylic ink in Greyish blue for the lily pads and for a lot of the shrine, but it didn't seem to show up that well unless I used it in full concentration. So I'm not sure how clever of an inclusion that ink was for this box, especially using it on the greyish blue toned paper. And here you can see me adding some of those white highlights. The waterfall ends up a mess at first, but I think I successfully save it, or at least to some degree save it, right near the end by darkening up the sky and reducing the size of the waterfall a bit. In total, I spent a little bit over an hour on this piece. I want to spend only about an hour or so on each of the Inktober prompts, for most of them anyway. Some of them I might spend a little bit more time on, but that's my kind of aim. And so for the amount of time and for trying a medium that I'm not really used to, like these inks, I think I was pretty successful, and hopefully you feel the same way and you enjoyed watching it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so if you'd leave a comment down below, that would be awesome. And if you're also doing Inktober, I hope that you're enjoying it and it's going well for you. And I'll see you guys soon for another art adventure, and maybe next month I'll also do another Paletteful Packs unboxing. You'll have to wait and see. I'm just finishing up with some thickening of the ink lines. Alright, I'll see you guys soon, and if you haven't already, and you could take the time to subscribe, that would be awesome. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye!